We are coming up on the halfway mark of our June localism month. I feel like June is already flying by. So I thought I would do a little check-in to see how it's going and also to talk about our journey so far. It is super hot here today. Tried to get some canning of jam done this morning before it gets even hotter. That way I can be done with the oven and cooking in the kitchen. But localism. So if you haven't seen our previous video, we have decided for the month of June that we are only going to shop locally from our local people and local place within the 1 hour radius of us. We try to do this once every year and we would love to make a lifestyle of this. However, it's hard in our current situation. There's a lot of things you just can't find or buy locally. You have to buy things from bigger places or corporations or online. And so by just picking 1 month to do it, it helps us to find places in our area that we wouldn't normally come across because it's more convenient to buy it online or to buy it from a bigger shop. So it's been a really good month so far. I will go through all of our spending. One thing that I have noticed is that having a bigger pantry and already buying in bulk really makes this month a lot easier because it forces me to use things that I don't normally go to use. So this can be a lot harder if you don't already have things on hand, if you do buy things week by week for groceries. That was us when we first started doing this 1 month localism thing 4 years ago. I didn't have a pantry. I literally bought groceries, what we needed for each week, and then we ate that, and then I bought more food. And I remember when we did this the first time, it was very, very hard for me. It was challenging, and I was really frustrated with how challenging it was to find things locally. And I remember going without a lot of things, just like simple things like tortilla chips. All I wanted was tortilla chips, and none of the local places near us had that. And at the time, I didn't do sourdough. I did not know how to cook, and I didn't even know you can make them yourself. I didn't even attempt to do that, sadly, but that's just where I was at. And so it is harder when you're starting off fresh, but I still did it. I did the month thing, and if a month is too much for you, if that's like really overwhelming, then do 1 week, or instead of doing strictly local, do local and tribal. So make it how do I find people in my area to buy from, or how do I find people online that share my same values, which would be like Azure Standard, or I'm like trying to think of other places. Girl in Calico, she sells some awesome stuff, and there's a lot of people that you can buy from within our tribe that share our same values. And I feel like that's just as important, because although they're not in our current area, they're still, Scott and I say, they're still our people. They share our values and we want to support those people. So if that's what you can do this month, then do that. Or if that's what you can do for a week, do that. I think it's just doing something. And like I said, even if it's just 1 week, maybe think this week, what is a place that I can drive to or explore, or pick one item that you need, like milk, and try to find a local source for that. Especially with the current inflation of all of the prices of everything, I think it's now more important than ever to find things locally near you, because prices seem to be just continually increasing. And if that is the case, then things that need to be shipped are going to be more expensive. So knowing someone locally that you can get your beef from, that you can get your milk from, that you can, or walking out to your backyard and getting your vegetables from, that's going to be really important for the times that we're in right now. I just want to go through a breakdown of where we've been this month and what we've spent our money on. We haven't been spending a whole lot of money this month just because one, we don't need a lot of things, and the things that we do need, we are figuring out how to source them locally. And you could just do this as groceries. We're doing it as our entire budget where we can. Obviously things like phone bills and stuff like that, you can't help, but the things that aren't bills. So one of the things that Scott needed was sunglasses, and last year we went down to the marina that's near us, and there was sunglasses there, and Scott got his last pair there. So last week we were like, let's just go down to the marina again and get a pair of sunglasses. And you can get really good quality sunglasses at your local, like if there's a lake near you, if there's a marina shop or a bait shop, there's really good quality sunglasses there that are polarized. And we both got a pair for $20. And if you went to the mall or somewhere and bought them, they would probably be much more expensive than that. And then the next thing I needed was contact solution. I was running out, and normally I get my contact solution from Jungle Gyms, and I'm trying not to shop at Jungle Gyms this month. So normally I go once a month, and I still consider them local. They are locally owned and within the hour radius of us, but they are still quite a bit bigger, and because of that I just thought I would see if I can do without them. So I went to our locally owned pharmacy in town, and the contact solution was so expensive. They only had one bottle of one type. No, they had two different types and the same size, same price. So it was $8 for a 4-ounce bottle, which was a lot. I would probably not do that again. I'll probably continue to buy from Jungle Gyms from now on. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll just support the local pharmacy. I never go in there, so it was interesting to see it. And then we have done some online auctions near us. So we the auctions are online, and then we bid on the stuff, and then we go in person and we pick it up, and we've gotten several things from there. I actually, at the end of this video, I can show you some of the things that we got from those auctions, but that's a really great way to find random things that you might need. They could be at an auction near you, and usually those things are really good quality because most of the time they come from older person's homes, and the family doesn't know what to do with their stuff, so they go to the auction company, and then the stuff gets auctioned. So you can find some really good quality stuff at auctions, and that's keeping your money in the families in your community. And then for entertainment, we went to our local movie theater with my brother about, I don't know, a week ago. We went to go see Top Gun. Scott and I have never been to the movie theater together, so it was a lot of fun to go to this little local one. It's like a theater that only has 2 movie things in it, and it's only open at certain times. And so it was just $6 a ticket, and it was so much fun. And then afterwards we went to the ice cream shop that's locally owned, and so that was fun. And then for books, we were in town, one of the towns that's near us, at the farmer's market the one day, and we saw these signs that the library was having a book sale. So we went to the library and bought some books from the book sale they were having, and I will show you the books that I got in an upcoming video. I'm going to do a video on some of the things that I've been doing around the home and some of the books that I've been reading. So that should be my next video coming out. And then food is pretty much the rest of where our budget has gone, besides bills. So we have gotten our produce all locally, and there's a flea market in town, and we went there last week and we got a watermelon from the Amish, which was $9. My sister is connected with some Amish, and we got strawberries. I think we got like 8 of those big pint things for $55, and they're organic strawberries. And before we got those, I'd went to the farmer's market that day that we went to the library, and someone was selling strawberries there that didn't spray, and so we got those for $16, and they were smaller. It ended up being more expensive, but we were going to a friend's house that night, and I wanted to make strawberry lemonade, and so I went ahead and got those strawberries from them. So then we had this big like localism day. It was the day that we went and got the sunglasses. So we needed more raw milk. The Amish family that we got our milk from is about 35 to 40 minutes away from us, and there is usually auctions in that area. And so there was 2 auctions that were having pickup dates that are within 15 minutes of the Amish family's house. So I was like, well, this will be perfect. If I bid on these 2 auctions and get some things, then that'll be the day that we go and pick up our milk. And we also have a bill that you have to pay in person, and that's also near that town. So I was like, this will be perfect. We can do all of those things and get it all done in one day, and that's what we ended up doing. So our first stop was getting the sunglasses, and then we went to the next town where we had to pay that bill, and there's a local coffee shop there, so we got an iced coffee. And then the next stop was the first auction that we went to, picked up some things. I didn't get everything that I wanted from the auctions, but I still got some good things, so I can show you that. And then from there, we went to an Amish grocery store, which I had only been to once before, and it was so much fun. We got some really good stuff. I actually wrote down everything we got. We got a pasture-raised chicken frozen for $15, a whole chicken. We don't have any chicken right now, so I thought that that would be nice for 1 week to do like a bunch of different chicken meals. And then they had chicken livers from those chickens, so that was $3 for a 1 pound bag, which is a really good deal. So I'm trying to cook more liver into our diet because I haven't been doing the raw liver in our smoothies because I need bananas to do that, and I've been out of bananas this whole month, and there's no local places near us that sell bananas. And so I was like, you know what, I can just do without it. So we've been doing the smoothie with strawberries and blueberries and just not putting the liver in it, and instead just putting the collagen, bee pollen, kava tincture, and sometimes ginger, oh, and then the raw milk. So that's like my breakfast drink before I have my black tea in the morning. That way I have food in my stomach and I'm not drinking caffeine on an empty stomach. I learned that from the Freely Rooted group that I am a part of. So that's why I do the smoothie in the morning. It's not our breakfast, it's just a pre-breakfast so I can have my quiet time and have my hot tea and the caffeine not affect me on an empty stomach. Anyways, that all goes back to the chicken livers. So I bought the chicken livers because I'm trying to cook more actual livers so that we're still getting plenty of liver in our diet. And then I also got this it's $55, but it's this 1 gallon jug of maple syrup from the Amish. So I like contemplated on getting this or not, and Scott and I decided, let's just go for it. Prices are going up and this is something that won't go off, and it's a really good price, $55 for 1 gallon. I looked at our iHERB one that we got and it was $44 for a half gallon, and the price could have gone up since then because we got that I think like 6 months ago. And then we got some bacon for $7 from them, some sour cream, and then I have to show you this bag of pretzels that we got. Okay, so this is the bag of pretzels that we got. I never buy snack foods anymore because 1, the cost is ridiculous, and then 2, the seed oils that are in it are not great. But this is amazing. So it is pretzels from sprouted 100% whole wheat flour that is organic, and then it's made with organic extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, baking soda, and organic yeast. That is it. That's all the ingredients, and all the ingredients are like the best quality you could possibly get. So this bag was $4.39, and they are delicious, and they're so filling that you can only eat like 3. Normally when we get like snack bags like this, Scott and I can just like down them and go through them, and we've probably eaten out of these several times and there's still some left. So that was very exciting for me. So that was everything that we got from the Amish grocery store. And then on our way to go to the raw milk pickup, then we were on our way, we were driving, and then we saw this Amish shop that was like off the beaten path, and it didn't even really look like a shop. It looked like a driveway to someone's home, but the sign said like fabrics, toys, kitchenware, and we had some time to kill because we told the family that we were gonna get there at 1:30 and it was just 1 or just after 1, and so we were like, okay, let's just go. So we pulled in there and no one was around except for a horse and the little buggy and a baby horse. It was all so cute. So we go in, and then there's this cute older Amish lady, and she was so kind, and this store has like everything you could need in it. Like there was this entire toy section, and then fabric, all kinds of different fabric, like cotton, nice fabrics, and then a whole kitchenware section of any kitchen tool you could ever need, and then things like batteries, socks, and then there was like this book section, and they were all like really wholesome, nice books, and a lot of Amish books, which I was so tempted to buy, but I was like, I need to finish reading the books that I already have before I buy any more. And so we didn't really need anything, just got some little toys. And then when we were ringing out, we ended up talking to her and asking her if she's from this area originally, and she said she's from Pennsylvania. That's where her and her husband were originally from. It was so fun. We loved talking to her. It was like, I so want to be friends with Amish people, and I feel like that was a glimpse of it. And also now I know like that they sell this stuff. If I need those things, then I can go to that shop. So I'm really excited about that. And it was literally like 5 minutes away from the place that we get our milk from. So then we went and picked up our milk. We got 6 gallons and 2 pounds of raw butter. And then and that was $48. This time around, what I did was, normally we will just pour them into half-gallon plastic containers. And I don't love the idea of freezing them in plastic, but I was really concerned about freezing them in glass, except our little local hardware shop, I think a month or 2 ago, had these glass mason jars on clearance. And they were these type, the straight up ones, so you can freeze in them. I froze what I could, and I think I have 8 of these, well 7. This was, I was using for honey, and I just cleaned it out the other day. So 7 of these, and then I used some of my other mason jars just to see how it would do, and it seems like it's all fine. And then the rest I put in the plastic half gallons, and it freezes fine, it thaws fine. Obviously, I would prefer fresh raw milk, but we go there probably once a month to pick up the milk, so that's a good deal. And after that, we went to our other auction stop, and that was our whole journey. So that is pretty much everything that, let me look at my list. Yeah, everything that we've spent money on is right there. So we've done really well this month, and I feel very content with everything. And I can show you some of the things that we got from the auction. So this won't be everything because some of the stuff I am already busy using and I don't feel like getting it all out. But some of the things that I still haven't put away or figured out what to do with is, I got this old Bible, and this I believe is from the late 1800s. There's no date in it, but just from the other things that are in it makes me think it's from the late 1800s. And it's very, very old, but beautiful and big, and actually in decent condition. So I am gonna resell this. I got this and this huge old Webster's dictionary for $11 for both of them. And I will sell both of them. I love old dictionaries and old Bibles, but I have my favorites that I already have, and so I'm not going to keep them for myself, and they will sell. They probably will sell for at least $35 each, and shipping won't have to be super expensive because this is considered media mail, so that is very exciting. Normally I can get those things for much cheaper. Obviously someone was bidding against me that also really wanted it. The other thing I got was this old GE portable steam iron. You can't see it. This was $1. I looked this up before I bought it, and this resells for around $35. So I am gonna resell it. I haven't tried it to see if it works, but I am curious, and this is the little like steam thing that attaches to it. And then I got this, which I'm really excited about. It's this basket that's also a sewing kit. So this was $6, and it comes with all types of things like safety pins, and then these big upholstery needles, which I actually use these curved needles for my bookbinding, so I was really excited about those. And then all kinds of needles and a bag of buttons and really nice thread, all different kinds of colors of thread, and this stuff is actually very expensive. I'm curious to see if all of them are polyester thread or some of them are cotton. So looks like none of them are cotton, which is fine. And then yeah, pins for pinning things, big yarn needles, and tape measures. So that's a really good price for sewing stuff. And I even like the little basket that it came with. So that was $6. And then I got these 2 old primitive kitchenware tools. So this is a grate, and this was $1. no, this one was $2 and this one was $1, which I looked this up and I think it sells for $25 to $35 online, and same with this one. So I will probably resell both of these as well, even though I think they're really cute and lovely, but I just don't have a place to hang them in our house. I got these two really nice big wicker baskets as well. I'm using the one as my morning basket to put all my books in, my journal. I tend to like spread it all around the round couch that I sit on in the mornings, and so I feel like this is a nice way of keeping everything concise. So I got those two baskets for $1, which was a great price. We went to a yard sale as well, and they had this like really cute stationery box. I love the floral print, and it's fabric, and then it's stationery notes, 70 sheets, and then 30 envelopes. So I always use envelopes, and so I think this was awesome, and we love scratch paper, so $1 for this. I mean, that is amazing. I think that's what's so fun about going to yard sales and auctions, is you find things that you would need anyways, but you would pay so much more for, and like, how much more beautiful is this than some like plastic wrapped envelopes or sheet of paper. So it's been a really fun month so far. If you have had any wins or cool finds or experiences, I would love to hear about them, and to also encourage everyone else who's either doing the localism month or thinking of it or trying to do something, whatever you can. I think it's fun to hear testimonies of other people's experiences to build our faith. And one last thing that I wanted to touch on was, everybody knows what the liberal world is celebrating for the month of June. And when we stop giving our money to those companies as much as we can, and it's really ironic because I picked the month of June just because of like, I was gonna do May and then I didn't. So I was like, oh, then I'll do June. And I was like, wow, what if every single Christian, or everyone who claims themselves to be Christians, what if everyone stopped shopping at all of these places? Money speaks. I mean, these companies they don't care. They don't care about any of these things. They're degenerate. They really are greedy, and they just care about money. So if we stopped giving them our money, I think that would speak really loudly of, yeah, we don't like what you are shoving down our throats, so we're not going to buy from you. And if every June Christians stopped shopping from these companies, and these places would be like, what is happening? Why are our sales down? This is terrible. Maybe it would make them reconsider pushing a degenerate agenda for the entire month. And so that's just something to think about. 2 years ago, I was selling Beauty Counter, and I had stopped because of the June month. Two things. It was when all the BLM stuff was going crazy, and Beauty Counter did push that agenda, and then the rainbow flag, or I'm not even gonna say that because I don't think they should get the rainbow flag, but yeah, their push towards all things degeneracy really bothered me, so I stopped selling their stuff. And same with many other companies. It's really sad. And I know that there's exceptions. There's some things that, you know, you have to buy, whatever, do what you have to do. But the things, if we can find companies that don't push those things, and I was thinking this morning, I was like, you know, even if it's a company that doesn't say anything, like they just sell their stuff. Like I found this wool company that I want to buy. They do covers for ironing boards, and I would like to buy this wool mat to put on my ironing board because it'll last forever and ever, and it'll be a heritage item we can pass down to our children's children. I like stalked their Instagram page all the way back to 2020 just to see if they did the black box, and they didn't. And I was like, oh, praise God. But I'm like, I don't know if they're Christians. They're in California. I don't know if they're Christians, but they're not shoving degeneracy down our throat. So I would much rather give my money to someone like that that isn't even explicitly Christian, but at least is not going to participate in this gross agenda of just following along. Like, just be really good at selling your product and don't participate in all this weird stuff, and I will give you my money. So yeah, that's where I'm at with everything going on. But I hope that your localism journey is going well. Oh, I actually wanted to show you some books. You guys always ask books for this area, and I have some. I know I'm rambling, but yeah. So Wendell is one of our favorite authors. World Ending Fire was the first book that we read from him. It is not by him, but someone composed his essays into that book, and it is really good. We don't have it because we gave it to someone, and then we ended up just buying this series, which is all of his essays in 2 different volumes, and they're the most beautiful books. Wendell is wonderful for all things loving your people and place. And then I've talked about Lisa Graham McMinn before, and these are my top 3 favorite books from her. One is The Contented Soul. I love this book. This was the first book that I read from her, and I highly recommend it. And then the next book that I also love from her is Walking Gently on the Earth. I've read through this a couple of times, and I really like it. And same with this book, To the Table. It's also really good. My favorite one is the Contented Soul one, but these are also really good books from her. I don't agree with everything that she talks about. I do think she probably leans more on the socialist side of things, but she has really, really good practical points, and she loves her people in place. So, and she cares about stewarding creation, and I find that really inspiring. And so those are the 3 books, well, 3 books from Lisa Graham McMinn, and for Wendell, if you buy any book, I would recommend World Ending Fire. I hope that this video has been encouraging, and I bless you, and I will see you soon in my next video.